We are live from San Diego, you guys. So, super excited for what we're here for. But first things first, let me, what? Okay. Mike is talking to me off camera. So, anywho, let's see here. First things first. Well, what we're going to be talking about today is how to not let a conversation die. So, this is going to be, I have a story to go with it. So, it's going to be funny and also super helpful. So, there's that. First things first, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. And why you would do that is not just because you would probably want to know when new videos come on, right? But also, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, and share my YouTube videos into social media while tagging either me or my business pages, then one person every single week is going to win a prize. So there ain't nothing wrong with that, is what I'm saying. All right, super quick, some housekeeping. If you are not in my group yet, the link is in the description of this video. July 26th through 30th, we are going to be doing a challenge, and the challenge is the Fix Your Online Course Challenge, okay? So fix your course. So if you already have a course and you're not sure what's wonky about it, which is like, I think maybe 99.9% of the people that have online courses have something wrong with it and they don't know what it is. Here's the deal real quick, you guys. The online course industry is going to be like a $500 billion industry, okay? And 99.9% of the people are going to be doing it wrong. So let's make sure you're not doing it wrong and get into the challenge so we get your little leaky holes fixed. You know what I'm saying? And that's a free challenge. You just need to be in the group. So again, July 26th through 30th, make sure that you're in there. Next thing, and then we're going to go into the content. Martha's Mastermind, August 28th and 29th. If you are not yet signed up for the Mastermind, please don't miss out. Please don't be one of the people afterward that's like, what was going on? You know, I mean, I understand that life happens and that I have a lot of stuff that goes on and that people are like always, you know, trying to figure out what the next thing is. Let me tell you right now, this is a thing you don't want to miss. Okay, marthasmastermind.com. Go to it, learn about it, see why it's for you, and also understand that I make it extremely affordable. And the reason why is because I want you to be better because of it. Could I charge a lot more? Absolutely. Am I? No. Okay, so make sure you're there. I can serve it up, I can give it to you, but you're the one that has to actually join in. Okay, that's up to you. I make it easy. You have to join in. I can't do that for you. There's that. And now let's go. I see you guys. Hello, everybody. So now what we're going to talk about is how to not let a conversation die. Here is a funny story from the plane yesterday. I have my hair stuck to my lip is the thing. There's that. Anyway, a funny story from the plane yesterday is there were a couple guys sitting behind Mike and I. And they were talking forever. Like they had a great conversation going. I'm like listening to them and I'm like, what a good conversation between strangers, right? And then this happened. It was so weird. And then one guy says to the other guy, what do you do? And he says, I sell wine and spirits and da-da-da-da-da, okay? The da-da-da-da-da didn't really last that long. It was just kind of like he had a elevator pitch and he was done. And he said, what do you do? And the other guy says, software. And the conversation died completely. They did not say another word to each other for the whole rest of the time. You guys, if you're out amongst the people talking, okay, and I'm an introvert saying this, I have had extremely difficult times talking to people in public. I used to have massive panic, attacks, and I used to feel like I was dying when I was talking to people, and I would try to not let them realize that I thought I was dying and all of this stuff, right? There was all of this stuff. But I'm an introvert. I prefer to be like one-on-one with people, or I just prefer to be at home just going to be honest with you, right? I love people, love people, love people, but I can't engage that much, right? But in person. And so when the conversation died, my first question was, what happened there? Because they weren't having a problem before. And then all of a sudden, what do you do? What do you do? Done. And here's the reason why, and here's how you can avoid that, okay? The reason why is because they gave shut down answers. When the guy said software, it was a shut down answer. It was like, I do software. And here's why, I believe, is because a lot of us don't value ourselves enough to think that other people are truly interested in what we do. Would that sound fair to you guys? Like, as you're thinking about when you talk to people, when people ask you what you do, are you thinking they're just being nice and they don't really care? And so you give them an answer that kind of shuts them down? And then you're like, you're thinking that you're doing what they're wanting you to do. Like, imagine, is this what goes through your mind? Because it used to go through my mind. And then I would give an answer that would be like, okay, I satisfied their question. Now their niceties can be over. Is that you? Because I imagine that there are some people that are like that, because I can't be the only one. And so what he did was a shut down answer. So here's how to not let conversations die, okay? When people ask you what you do, tell them something that's going to then make them ask you, oh, how do you do that, right? So we teach families, like when people ask me what I do, I teach families how to be able to grow high profit margin businesses from home and create multiple income streams with stuff that they already know and love. Okay, well now the next response isn't, oh, that's cool. The next response has to be, how do you do that, right? So think of a way to describe what you do that then makes somebody say, how? Don't give it all to them. It needs to be like, well, I mean, if the guy had listened to this video in the future, he could have been like, I create X, Y, and Z of software so we can right? I do this so we can this, or I do this for people that this, right? It's that sort of thing that then people can ask why or how. And if you're on the other end of that, which is really what this video is about, because networking and building relationships with people is massively important, whether it's online or in person, massively important. I actually was talking to a trainer of the Navy SEALs. I mean, what? This man could break me in 2 seconds. And I'm talking to him and I tell him what I do, and to have him look at me and say, we need to talk because I think we can do some business. And I'm like, with a trainer of the Navy SEALs, like that wasn't on my horizon. I didn't imagine that was going to be how the conversation went, but it was because of how I presented myself, right? And so if somebody sort of shuts you down, which is what people naturally do because not everybody knows how to do this gracefully, right? And most people are in like the beginning of the video scenario. They're like, you're just being nice. I'm just going to give you the answer you're looking for. It's kind of like, how are you doing today? Great. It's just the nicety, right? So if somebody does something and they're just doing that nicety response, lean in, okay? That's where you ask them, oh, how long have you been doing that? Like, what's your favorite thing about doing that? What's your favorite thing about like your everyday? Ask questions about what they do and really drill down. I guarantee you most people don't do that. You are then going to stick out in their mind as somebody that gives a rip, which we should because we do, right? And so that's what I want you guys to understand about not letting conversations die. It doesn't mean, because as an introvert, I'm not necessarily here to talk about myself all day long. I have a real hard time talking about myself all day long. And you might be like, Martha, you do videos every single day. I don't believe that's true. Here's the deal. My videos are 10 minutes long. Okay. I can't talk about myself all day long. I have a real hard problem with it, or a real hard time with it. So, but understanding a conversation, you ask them questions about themselves. and what they do. And then in response, they'll probably ask you as well, and then you can get, a conversation going. But really what matters most, in my opinion, is that we understand what other people do and what matters to them, because then we're building relationships with human beings that then are going to stand the test of time. That's it. It's as easy as that. So if the gentleman behind us in the plane had been asking questions, software. What do? Software. Okay, that's a word. That's not what you do. But okay, cool. What kind of software? Instead, the guy felt shut down and he went with being shut down. And this guy probably didn't mean to shut him down, but it's just how things work. People assume other people are not really interested in them. Let's go ahead and shake the world up a little bit and remind people that we really are interested in other human beings. Sound fair? All right, cool. So today, I want to tell you this because I'm running half off while I'm in San Diego. So here is this. If you are not in any of my programs, first of all, welcome. But if you're not in any of my programs, what I would do, the next step for you, is going to be to message my Facebook business page, Livin the Dream with Martha. Message us the words, let's do this, case study, whatever you, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message us. And we're going to have a conversation with you and see where you fit best into my programs, because you could see all of my programs and be like, holy Moses, Martha, like that's a lot of stuff. I don't even know where to begin. We'll help you with where to begin. Don't worry about it. A lot of times people jump into HBR first, and that's actually an excellent place to jump in. And because of that, it's half off while I'm in San Diego. Okay, so that's a fantastic place to jump into. So we'll probably talk about that, but we'll see whatever is a best fit for you. So again, what you would do is message Livin the Dream with Martha, message us the words, let's do this, and we'll have a conversation and see what fits best. But again, HBR is half off. Let me just see where I'm at on time, 12 minutes. Oh, I wish I had time. Man, I don't have time to talk. I have to go into something else, but you guys have the best day ever, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.